All right, so this one makes perfect sense going into this time of year. Big Ryan says, I am new to watching film on players for dynasty purposes. What are some things that I should be looking for or watching when evaluating each position? Rich, I know I always love going into this question, but do you have specific things that you like to watch for?
Just quick points, like things I like to watch for, like, receivers are, how do they get off the line? Are they able to get their stem pretty quick and stack the defensive back? And, obviously route running's the number one thing I want to see, because like really good route runners just have a really high success rate and their catch ability, because you can run a really good route, but if you can't catch, it means nothing. But like another thing I like to look for is like late hands. That's a great attribute I love to see from a receiver, because when a receiver has late hands, it shows me he's a really polished receiver. He's a smart receiver, right? And that's a big thing for me. And if you don't know what late hands is, it's basically when the quarterback throws the ball, they're running their route and they don't even give any notification to the defensive back that the ball's coming their way until the ball's there. Then they get their hands up. So it's called late hands. That's something. Same thing for like running backs. It's a little different. I'm looking for vision is a big thing for me, because that's, vision's huge. Power's nice. Feet and vision are the number one things I look there. Quarterback, I don't know, man. It's so hard to say for quarterback, like accuracy. Like I say, I want two things on my quarterback. I want him to be really smart. I want to be accurate. I don't care about anything else, right? Like smart and accuracy are the two things I want to see there. If you're a really accurate quarterback, that's what I'm looking for. No turnovers. It's going to keep you in the game and keep your yardage up. For tight ends, I'm just looking for athleticism and ability to run a route, beat, if you could play against defensive back and just kind of look like a wide receiver, right? That's what I'm looking. Those are the generic forms that I'm looking for.
Yes.
How about you?
Yeah, for me, so specifically looking at running back, I say this every year, and this is why I love our film room so much. I truly don't believe that you can get a good feel for a running back's vision without the all-22. Like, I really just don't believe you can. And it's because you need to see how the play develops. And from that sideline angle, you can't really see the holes develop. You can't really see, like, all of a sudden they're in the line and then they're out. And you don't know, was it a huge hole? Did he make someone miss in the hole to get there? So I think the all-22 is huge. But familiarize yourself with some of the most basic forms of blocking schemes. Like, you don't have to be an expert and know every detail and every iteration and things like that. But understand the difference between zone blocking schemes and gap schemes or man schemes. Like, these types of things will help you a lot in actually understanding what's going on in the play. And did this guy actually make a good play, or was it just luck, or was it just his offensive line was dominant in this play? So I think that's the biggest one for me at running back that I like to see.
Yeah, and a quick version of that is, when zone blocking, you're going to see some of those offensive linemen get past the line of scrimmage and set themselves up for blocking schemes. Where gap schemes, a lot of times they'll pull another offensive lineman, again, to create either A or B gap and really open it up for a defensive back and kind of see what they're doing. And you mentioned vision too. Like, vision, kind of look at vision for running backs, kind of like a receiver's hands, right? Like, a lot of times it's like, if they don't have it in college, it doesn't just come for in the pros. No. And like, one of the biggest misses on that, like NFL wise, was like going way back to like a Brown, who is a former number one, is like Trent Richardson, right? Like, talented running back, terrible vision, like just terrible vision, just running the defensive back's hand. So sorry, don't mean to cut you off. I just want to kind of get the audience kind of like a quick.
No, you're good.
Of what they're looking for. Like, you can easily Google it, but that's kind of the big thing of seeing what the offensive line is doing for the running back.
Absolutely. Yeah. In those zone, you'll see kind of the whole line at the same time, kind of take a slight back step, and they'll all kind of move as one unit. That's kind of the biggest giveaway right away, that you're getting at least either an inside or an outside zone run there. But, and then at receiver, I talk about it every year. Ball skills are huge for me. Ball skills. Like, and it's not even just the process of catching the football, but what does he do right in leading up to it, where he positions his body, how he uses his hands to get up, like all of these things, and then the strong hands to bring it down. Like, all of these little things go a long way. You look at every amazing wide receiver in the NFL right now. The only two in recent years that did not have above average to elite ball skills are DK Metcalf and Tyreek Hill. Those are the only two. And those two were freaks from an athletic standpoint that were just complete outliers. Every other guy that you want to highlight, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, like all of these guys, even guys that are kind of in those mid tiers of the Drake Londons and the Garrett Wilsons and the like, all of these players have at least above average to elite ball skills. And I think that's huge in the scouting process.
Yeah. And that's just going to attack and get the football, right? Like to be able to, catch the football, catch the football with your hands, not your body. Go up like hands are kind of like a ball skill. Go get the football. And you got to remember, that's why we talked
your
about
control in the air. Like
body control.
Yeah. Like, I mean, guys will go up there and they're trying to make plays, but you can tell the difference of somebody that has the fluidity to be able to go up and make some of these plays versus the guys that are, oh yeah, they made the catch, but where were their feet? They were nowhere even close. Like those skills all translate what your whole body is doing in the process of making a catch is huge.
And then what makes what makes Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State such an elite prospect. Yep. And why he's such a talk of the town, because his ball skills at 18 years old are NFL caliber ball skills. Like that's unheard of, right? Like you don't see many 18-year-olds like Ryan Williams from Alabama, very fine wide receiver prospect, but Jeremiah Smith's ball skills are even another level of him. Like, and I don't mean fine, like he's an elite prospect too. To do what he did at 17, he's elite too. But like, again, him and Jeremiah Smith at this day, and Jeremiah Smith is almost a year older than him. They're different, right? Like Jeremiah Smith could play in NFL today. Like he's that good. So yeah, all that really it's so important. Like again, and it's little things, right? Because you have to split hairs. That's why we talk about so many prospects in our rookie prospects breakdowns, because it's those little things, and you have to, when you're on the clock, like you have to make a decision, right? And you got to split hairs, right? Like it's a difference between getting player A and player B, and that's why like I had Ladd McConkey significantly higher than Xavier Worthy, right? Like, yeah, Xavier Worthy, fastest guy to ever run the combine, solid receiver. Looks like he's going to be a good prospect, but like Ladd McConkey's ball skills and route running were so elite. To me, it just was like a can't miss prospect. When I see that on tape, right? Like there can't miss. Like a guy like Amari Cooper comes to mind. Like when I watched his tape, I was like, this guy is a can't miss prospect. Like his route running is unbelievable. Devontae Smith, like this is a can't miss prospect, right? Like, now he finishes wide receiver 24. Like, is that what you wanted to be? But he's wide receiver 1 last year. No, but like, again, like if you draft somebody in the first round, he's a wide receiver 24 and a wide receiver 1 year and a wide receiver 15. Like that's a home run, right? Like if you get guys, you remember, if you draft rookies and they get into your starting lineup, that is a win, right? They're all not going to be Bijan Robinson. They're all not going to be Justin Jefferson, right? Those are hard to come by prospects. But remember, when you draft, if you get somebody that could put into your starting lineup, that is a huge win. And sometimes those wins turn into Bucky Irvins or Justin Jeffersons. So yeah, it's all part of the process. It's why we do it for 4 months of breaking out, like get into the season, talking down rookies, because it's that long of a prospect, then rank them. And then NFL draft comes, re-ranks it, because that's just another part of the process. Why Garrett came up with Nerd Score Plus, right? Because that does make a difference. Landing spot makes a difference. Other things make a difference. And kind of goes back to that refining our process tools. Like, okay, what little more edge can we give our listeners and users to better their chances to find success in their dynasty team in GM, right? Like it's just, everything's a process, and watching tape is a huge part of the process.